man, that was shock. You know, moving from somewhere where it's plus 30 every day to somewhere where it's minus 30. It
Minus
was a
30.
shock.
I can imagine. Okay. And when you came over, was there any other thing you had to do other than when you actually got administrative and documentations done in Jamaica? Did you have to do like the Red Seal test or anything like that when you came over?
Yes, when I came to Canada, I had to I went to school to do a refresher course in my auto mechanics so that I can get to write the Red Seal exam.
Okay.
Because the important thing here is getting your Red Seal, because that makes you very marketable. And also for your immigration status applying, this is very important.
Yes. That
It's
to
very
show
important.
you have to show that you're actually qualified and that you're
Yeah, if
here
you
and that.
show that you went to a Canadian college and you graduated and you're working with Canadian experience, that gives you a lot of points.
Right. Yeah, they're always asking for that Canadian experience. It is something that is mandatory.
It's integral. It's integral in the process.
In the process. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But I know you're here in Canada. You're working for a dealership. I can presume that right now, right?
Yes, I was working at a dual dealership. So it was both a Toyota and a Lexus dealership used in the same building. But then now, in the past year or so, they have separated. So now I'm working for Lexus in a separate building, and Toyota is in a separate building. So now everyone has their own building.
Yeah.
So now I only work on Lexuses. So I'm at a Lexus dealership right now.
Yes, because Lexus is regarded as a luxury brand. So they try to separate, the regular brand from the luxury brand. Mercedes do it, BMW does it.
VW did it, Nissan and Infiniti did it.
Infiniti do it, yes, as well as Honda and Acura does it.
Acura does it, yeah.
Yeah. And Ford and I think Lincoln, they do it as well. But let me move on to some questions I wanted to ask you. So what were some of the challenges you faced when you came here working in the dealership?
In Canada, it's a challenge. First of all, you're in a new environment with a new culture, a different way of doing things. So you gotta adjust,
Yeah.
It's not gonna be the same like I was in Jamaica. I did a lot of adjusting. But sometimes it's for the good, it's for the better. You wanna learn more and get to that level. You gotta make some adjustments, right? So first of all, you gotta adjust to the climate, as it's Canada is very
nobody can get accustomed to the cold here, man. It's brutal when it's ready. Yeah.
Yeah, you won't get you just have to tough it out. It's part of the deal. If you want betterment, you gotta give up something else, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you gotta deal with the cold weather. That's a given.
Yeah. So apart from the cold, what was the work process like? Is it the same process as was working in Jamaica?
The work process is same in most it's the same setup, because the dealerships kind of have the same structure, and now even the Jamaica too, it's the same structure, a worldwide structure, but they change up things because of the country and the market and whatever. Yeah, so it's different.
It's different. Okay. Yeah. Dealers tend to adopt a particular process, something that actually works for them. Most of the process
based on region and place.
Based on region, yes. And most of the processes are customized to fit the culture and the tradition and the country that they're actually in. But the basic process itself, nothing has changed. The car comes in.
Nothing has changed.
Yes. The car comes in, the service writers do what they do, the inspection, everything, find out exactly what the problems are. And then the cars are actually pre-assigned, so to speak, in terms of the appointment, what needs to be done and everything. So nothing has really changed. It's just basically how the dealer adopts different principles in terms of best practices and benchmarking and all those things. But what I want to do is to go deep down into, based on your experiences getting into the Canadian system, what would you recommend this for anyone else who want to come in and follow the same path as you?
I would recommend it. The demand for mechanics is here. They want mechanics because not a lot of people here go into mechanics. Most of the times, most of the applications they're getting reply from international people and not people in Canada. They need people. I'm here, and I can tell you, there's always ads up for looking for auto mechanics.
Auto mechanics, yeah. Because
There's always ads.
most times, well, the last time I brought my car to a local shop, the owner there asked me if I knew of any mechanic or even apprentices that would like to come and join our establishment, because she said there is a shortage indeed of good mechanics here in Toronto mostly, but I suspect that it's right across Canada.
It's right across Canada, yeah. It's not just Toronto. It's right across Canada.
Okay.
The need is here for mechanics.
But what would it's just a question to ask you. I mean, you're not the pause maybe, but how would you encourage like a youngster to come and become and to become a mechanic, because he's gonna have to go through 4 years of apprenticeship?
Well, you don't have to get encouragement. If it's something you like and it's you have a passion for it, then no one can lit that fire from you. But because it is a long process, don't get me wrong. You don't become a mechanic overnight. It's you gotta think long term. Because like I said, apprenticeship lasts for 4 years.
Yeah.
So you're dedicating 4 years of your life of trying to learn a skill. Just like anything else. You want to be a plumber or a carpenter or electrician. It's just kind of the same thing.
I think I may want to rephrase the question. Is like, what would be like a sweetener to encourage them to come and do it? Because the process, a 4-year process, is like getting a regular degree. Is going back to college to get your associate or getting your bachelor's. So I don't know what the problem is. Is it that they don't want to get their hands dirty? I mean, you have to have a passion to work on cars. And I know that they love cars. You see a lot of young people driving cars and they have on their fancy rims and it's lowered and coilovers and muffler system and exhaust and all these things, and they're using nitro and all kind of thing. And some of them actually work on these cars themselves, right? In the comfort of their own home or garage. But what do you think, in your humble opinion, will get these individuals into a dealership setting and say, look, come and get certified, and in the future you can have your own establishment going forward?
Yes, the sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? If you're here and you're a licensed mechanic, you're kind of you're a little bit stable. You'll always have work. You're a person whose skill set is needed. You can, and I will put this part in. You can make money. You can make money in it.
Yeah.
If you're good at it,
you
can make money in it. You can make more than even the service manager. If you're very good and you're very efficient and fast, you can make money in it.
That is so true. I think that is the highlight of or the sweetener we need to start telling the younger generation. You can make more than the service manager himself, right?
You can.
And they don't seem to understand that, right? But what are some of the changes that you've seen over the time working at the dealerships, apart from, I mean, the cars evolving, but what are some of the changes and the strategies that are used by the dealerships now that you're there?
Well, the dealerships here, their way of training apprentices is a little bit different. They kind of like put you in your own area to work on your own, and you gotta and they put you to work beside a licensed mechanic. And he kind of guides you as you go, but you're really kind of on your own too. Okay. As per se, when I was in Jamaica, I was working with a mechanic, like with him. I'm not in my own separate bay. I'm working with him. I'm working with him and not alongside him.
Right.
So that's a difference here compared to Jamaica.
Okay.
So in Jamaica, you'll learn more because you're working with the mechanic, under the mechanic.
Right.
While here you're kind of on your own, and then if you gotta just try and steal as you go along from the mechanic, try to copy from him as you go.
Right. Okay, so it's two different
Yes. So the way I
two
do
different practical application.
Yeah, there's a different application here.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're here, you can get a bit discouraged. I can be honest, because I mean, you know, they expect you to produce, right?
Right.
But you know, if you're beside a mechanic who is always there willing to help you and guide you as you go.
Right.